Greetings and welcome. I hope that you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here today to talk about books. And we are here to talk about Murder Between Friends by Liz Lawson. And if this author sounds familiar, she is half of the writing team who wrote the Agatha series, including the Agathas and the Night in Question. And we talked about those last July, so I will link that video below if you're interested in hearing about it. I was very excited when I saw that this book was being released, so excited in fact that I ran out and bought it on the first day it was available. So Murder Between Friends takes place in a neighborhood and involves three friends and their families. So there's Henry, whose brother Jake was found guilty of killing high school English teacher Ms. Applebaum. Grace, who is growing close to Henry until she told police that she saw Jake outside Miss Applebaum's house, and it basically led to his conviction. Allie is Henry's only remaining friend. All three of them, Grace, Henry, and Allie, were friends until Grace testified that she saw Jake, but also when Allie's father died, Grace didn't reach out to Allie at all and just ignored her, and this has driven a wedge in their friendship because of the improprieties committed by the judge who presided over Jake's case and the prosecuting attorney. A mistrial has been called, and Jake has been released from prison, and he's back in the neighborhood. Henry has been ostracized by his classmates and bullied at school, all because his brother Jake is a murderer. Now that Jake has been released, the problems have intensified. Henry and Allie have been investigating and trying to prove Jake innocent. They're also looking into what happened to Allie's father. Grace approaches Henry with startling information. She is no longer certain that that was Jake that she saw outside Miss Applebaum's house. It was someone who fits Jake's general description, and it was someone wearing Jake's jacket, but she never got a look at their face, and now she's questioning if she jumped to conclusions. So she would like to help Henry and Allie prove Jake innocent, but she really wants to be friends with Jake and Allie again. Henry is open to resuming their friendship, but Allie is not. She feels betrayed by Grace and doesn't want to be left out of their friendship group again. Henry, Allie, and Grace join forces to prove Jake innocent, but their investigation is bringing others' secrets to light. How far will those others go to protect their secrets? And will this investigation put their lives in danger? If you like fast-paced YA mysteries that keep you guessing until the end, you will love this book. What can you read for a similar experience? We are looking at fast-paced books that have unexpected plot twists. Books that we've talked about in depth before would be the reappearance of Rachel Price and the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, both by Holly Jackson, and the Agatha series by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. But what are some other books that you might have overlooked? First up, A Long Stretch of Bad Days by Mindy McGinnis. Lydia can't wait for the day that she graduates from high school and she can put her small town behind her. She's worked hard and is on track to attend a journalism program. However, a clerical error has put her one history credit short of the requirements for graduation. The administration has agreed to allow Lydia and Bristol, another student affected by this, to complete a project and use that for their history credit. And while Lydia knows exactly what she is going to do, Bristol has no idea. So Lydia invites Bristol to work together with her on a podcast exploring the history of their small town, Henley. Especially a period of time known as the long stretch of bad days. 3 days in June 1994, in which Henley experienced a number of tragedies, from a murder to a tornado to a flood, and, as they soon discover, also a missing person. Because of the other tragedies that befell Henley, the murder remains unsolved. And the missing person, by the time the police started looking into it, this missing teen turned 18, and everyone just assumed that she made good on her threats to run away. Their investigation turns up other secrets too. A city brothel, lost family treasure, and brings to light the city's habit of ignoring wrongs committed against the poor and against outsiders not from their community. Such Charming Liars by Karen M. McManus. And for all of Kat's life, it's been her and her mother, Jamie, except for a 48-hour period where Jamie was married. And Kat, she had a stepbrother, Liam. And when she and Liam got lost in Las Vegas, Kat wasn't scared at all because she had Liam there beside her. Jamie works for Jem, whose businesses are questionable at best. Jamie has stayed out of the blatantly illegal parts of the business. But when Jem commits a crime in the presence of Kat, Jamie has had enough and she wants out of the business. In order for her to leave, Jem gets her to agree to commit a jewel heist. After which, Jamie can leave without question. But Kat goes with Jamie on the weekend where she is to commit the jewel heist. And they run into two someones actually, who are very unexpected. And then they discover that they may be next on the killer's list. And there we are. I hope that you enjoyed this look at Murder Between Friends, and I hope that you will give it a read. I really enjoyed it. We are now going to choose my next read for May. And so we will use the prompt board again. So I started the month with 4 prompts on here. There are 2 left. I'm just going to reach over and grab one. And it's historical. So let me go find a good historical fiction read, and I will be right back. And those of you who saw my May Reads video will probably not be surprised by this. We are going to read The Quiet Librarian by Alan Eskens. So I will be back next week with The Quiet Librarian. We have an Explore and Create coming up later this week. I hope you will join me then, and until then, I hope that you enjoy all that you do and all that you read. And thank you.